All right, what's up, guys? Might notice this is a little different setting than usual. I made a little post on Instagram the other day, but I want to announce it on here as well. Today was my fourth day at a G4 Archery, or it's actually technically G4 Outdoors now, but I am running the whole archery section. So this all came about, I don't know, a couple months ago. I was approached with a really good job opportunity up here. Basically, I get to run the shop as if it was my own. I'm obviously not the owner. Jason and Jessica Harris are the owners up here. It's only a couple hours north of where I was working before at the bow rack. So I'm in the process of moving up here. Right now I'm just living in a trailer back behind the shop. But you know, in the coming months we'll get rolling and hopefully find a place up here to live. So it is a permanent move. I'm not commuting, anything like that. So in terms of the archery side of things, there's a lot of the brands that I'm already familiar with. You know, currently we sell Hoyt, Bowtech, PSE. We got a couple Dartons back here. We're looking at bringing in Matthews. We have our dealer application in, just waiting to hear back from them. So, you know, lots of stuff I'm familiar with, but also some brands and some models of bows that I've not had a chance to review because we didn't sell them at the bow rack. So should be fun getting all that stuff set up and playing with new equipment. On the accessory side of things, I mean, still a lot of the same awesome high-end stuff. You know, we got Excel, Spot Hog, Black Gold, Hamski, Option, all the stuff I'm used to setting up and playing with. I will have some freedom here to bring in products that I think would do well. So I'm going to be going to the ATA show this year, which is the Archery Trade Association show, and that's where all the big manufacturers bring all their new stuff, and you know, you get to play with them, mess around with them, do whatever you want. But this store is more than just archery, so it's obviously archery, but it's basically everything hunting. So I mean, calls, cases, camo, stoves, tents, packs, boots. There's also a killer firearm section here as well. Jeff runs that, and so what he is to the firearm section, I hope to be to the archery section here. Basically, we just, you know, the store, and I'm going to give you a little shop tour here in a minute, but this store is firing on all cylinders other than the archery department. Their tech left in October and kind of just, you know, they didn't have anybody. They didn't want to just bring in another kid. They wanted somebody that could kind of hit the ground running. And you know, Jason's a really busy guy outside of the shop. He's got a contractor business that he runs. He's a general contractor, so he doesn't have time to be here, you know, setting up bows every single day. He needs somebody that can do all that for him. So I hope I do not disappoint in being that guy. But we'll get going here on a little shop tour. So back up here and show you the workspace. So this is basically the archery, like this is where I'm gonna live. As you can see, we got all the bows up here. So we got Bowtech, Hoyt, PSE, more PSE, a couple Dartons back there. Corey Miller, who is our Black Eagle rep, he brought those in for us to play with. If you're not familiar with Darton, so Darton has made a living basically for the last, I don't know, 25 years, just licensing technology. So I'm not sure who all still is paying them for the bows they build, but for example, like the Evolve cam system on a PSE, that's a Darton cam. I know Hoyt, like the cam and a half system, that was a Darton cam. There's a lot of bow companies that have used their technology, and recently Randy from Black Eagle purchased them, and he's trying to get them more mainstream. Like if you guys follow Target Archery at all, you probably have seen that there's some pretty heavy hitters this year that signed with Darton, namely you know, Braden Galantine and Tanya Galantine. Both are like top-notch shooters. See, yep, both are top-notch shooters. And everything I've heard, you know, Jamie Lutz, all these guys, you know, Jamie Lutz won a bunch of World Cup stuff last year. Obviously Braden is world-ranked shooter. So we got all the bows there, workstation here, here we've got, you know, a bunch of vanes and nocks and stuff like that. On the arrow side, so they carry Easton here. We carry Black Eagle, and they really push Victory. Victory is a brand that I have not had a lot of experience with in terms of shooting, but a little background on them. So they are owned technically by Mitsubishi, and Mitsubishi, you know, they build like race cars, all sorts of stuff. They source their carbon from, I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's like one of the most high-end carbon manufacturers in the world. And in fact, Black Eagle and Victory both source their carbon from there. I've actually got some, I'll show you one right here. You're probably already pretty familiar with Victory. What's cool about them is that they come pre-spine aligned. So when you buy them, it's kind of hard to see right there, but it'll say, focus. It'll show you where the spine is. You can fletch along that spine. You don't have to use a little spine finder. Especially with the small diameter shafts, like the 1/66 diameters, that's a really big deal. On the larger diameter shafts, I never really worry about it too much. But definitely really nice. They've got, just like Easton or any of the lines, you know, they've got like 6 mils or 6.5 mils, 5 mils, which are the RIP TKOs, and then they have the VAP TKOs and the VAP Elites. Some are all carbon, some are the stainless steel, which is kind of their like answer to the FMJ, but rather than having an aluminum coating that can bend, they actually weave stainless steel fibers into the shaft. So I'm really looking forward to playing around with those. I've actually got some that I'm going to build and kind of put through the ringer here. So moving away from here, you know, you come down this aisle, we got, you know, true ball releases, B3 releases, spot hog, stand, all sorts of accessories. Obviously over here you got, you know, a bunch of different sights, a bunch of different rests. Obviously, you know, if you guys know me, you know that I'm gonna rep the Hamsky till the day I die, or until something better comes along. And then we move back, we got all the recurves. Here's a bunch of those arrows. So just like a lot of other manufacturers, you know, Victory makes, they've got their 1000th series, which is the Elites, their 3000s, which they call the Gamers, and then the 5000s, which are I think the Sports or something like that. So different price points in the same shaft. You just get a little better straightness tolerances. There's your Black Eagles. Obviously we got a bunch of cases on this aisle. So we got SKBs, the Eastons, these Pelicans, which are sweet. I'm definitely going to be showing you guys that. That's that Pelican air case. It's super lightweight, holds everything really nice. Moving around here, we're a big Benchmade dealer, so we got all the Benchmade knives. I mean, these things are freaking sick. So that's going to be cool. Moving along, you know, we got, this is just a bunch of merch, but then we also obviously have, you know, a full line of Sitka camo here, a bunch of Mystery Ranch accessories, Mystery Ranch packs. As we move into the gun section, so they're a huge dealer of Swarovski, Vortex, Leupold, Night Force scopes. They sell super high-end rifles, so that's Fierce, which is basically like a, I'm not going to say custom, but a very high-end rifle. They got Christensen, Skeeny, or not Skeeny, Seekins. You can see they're a little bit wiped out right now. So here in the lovely state of Oregon, Measure 114 passed recently, which is a ridiculous bill that not only limits magazines, like you can't have more than a 10-round magazine in anything, but they also made this really poorly written law saying that you have to, you know, take these firearm classes and pay for a permit fee and all this stuff that basically makes it impossible to buy a firearm right now. We're hoping it gets shut down in the Supreme Court because it's horribly written. You can look into more into that online. If you just Google Measure 114 Oregon on YouTube or whatever, there's all sorts of stuff in it. I have a hard time believing it's going to stand the test of time. But moving along, obviously a bunch of ammo, huge amount of crispy boots. They're one of the top dealers in the Northwest of that. We got Kenetrex down here, Hanwogs or Hanvogs, however the heck you say them, down here. And then is one of my favorite parts of the store where I'm going to be spending a lot of time, is the range. So we're actually going to hold the state indoor tournament here this year. So you can see there's 26 lanes here. We've actually got a bunch of Rhino wall, like Reinhardt brick walls that we're replacing those targets with back there. The TVs up here, obviously they're not on, but there are cameras on that back beam there that shine on the target. So when you're shooting, you can turn on the TV and it will actually, it's like a close-up of the target that you're shooting, so you can see where you're hitting, which is a really cool feature. Just really state-of-the-art. This location is pretty new. It's only 3 years old. I got a bunch of rentals over here, and anyway, it's just a super clean, super organized shop. Right now, so I've got a lot of work to do. I've been talking to a lot of different reps, getting all the contacts. The ordering side of things is something that's kind of new to me, in terms of, there's certain times of year that you can order things and get better pricing, and there's diamond, gold, silver packages, all that. So getting familiar with that stuff, just kind of learning where everything is. When customers come in right now, I'm kind of like, oh, where's this, where's that? But basically it's kind of everything that I've wanted to be able to do, especially just in the last couple of years, and it's an opportunity that I just really couldn't say no to. I want to make it very clear, like I did in that Instagram video, like I didn't seek this job out. I was actually approached by a rep who Jason, the owner here, had reached out to. And Jason had just said, hey, put your feelers out there. If you can think of anybody that you think would be good for the job that I'm wanting them to do, please let me know. But I was not unhappy at the bow rack. I have nothing but love for the bow rack. Wayne and Lisa have been more than supportive throughout this whole process. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous when I went in to tell them. But Wayne was just like, dude, good for you. Like, you should be happy that your name came up in the conversation, and I'm definitely flattered by it. And so, yeah, it's a major move. My wife and I are moving 2 hours north to an area. I mean, we have a lot of friends in Portland, so this is in North Plains, Oregon, which we're about 25 minutes west of Portland. It is not Portland. It is not the crazy, like, liberal Portland that you're probably thinking of out here. It's, North Plains is a tiny little town. Like, I was kind of joking today. Seems like every time I ask a question, like, hey, where's a good place to eat? They're like, oh, right across the street. Hey, where's a little grocery store? Oh, right across the street. Where's gas? Oh, right across the street. I mean, there's like 3 streets in this town, it seems like. But we're next to Hillsboro, which is, that's 100,000 people, and it's just 5-6 miles down the road. So there's plenty of stuff to do around here. Obviously, it's still the western half of the state. I'm really familiar with it in terms of hunting and all that. So really looking forward to hitting the ground running here. With all this being said, if you have questions in the videos to come, which I have nothing to do up here, so I'm going to be filming a lot. If you have any questions on anything, call G4 and ask for me. I'm no longer at the bow rack. I will be down to visit them and stuff, but I'm obviously not working there. So if you have questions on stuff, call G4 Outdoors. It's in North Plains, Oregon. And I can, assist you with whatever you need. So on that note, just like at the bow rack, I encourage you, if you want to send things in, if you want to send your bow in, that's a side of this that they're really looking forward to doing. They just didn't have a tech with the know-how to do that before. I'm bringing in gas strings. Like I said, we got Matthews in the works. Another thing that I want to mention, so most of the bows that we have right now here are 2022 models, and we're trying to burn through those to make room for the 2023 models. I was just talking to my Hoyt rep today. We can ship all the Ventum Pro series. So we can't ship the RX-7s because they're still in the lineup this year, but the Ventum Pro 33 and the Ventum 30, which we have a pile of here, we can ship those. I'm gonna be working with the girl here who, Madison, who runs the social media, as well as like shipping and receiving and all that stuff. Right now G4 Outdoors has an Instagram page, but we're gonna make a G4 Archery page specific, and we're gonna start putting links and pictures of all these bows that we have, in hopes that, we can get them moving. I don't know exactly how discounted they're gonna be. I'm gonna guess probably $100, $150. So you can save a little bit of money, still get a great bow, a brand new bow. They're not used. And so be on the lookout for that. Obviously, I will be posting on the Inside Out Precision page on behalf of them with the, you know, a post that will send you to the link on their page. If you want to check it out, it's, you know, G4. If you look up G4 Outdoors, there's on their website, pretty much everything we sell in the shop is on the website, which is another really handy thing. They've got a really streamlined system between their, you know, the inventory on the shelf and their online system. So I encourage you to check it out. We got Phelps game calls, Rocky Mountain game calls, born and raised calls, you know, like I mentioned, sights, rests. I mean, pretty much everything you can think of. I'm really looking forward to getting back to ATA and playing with a couple of the new sights that I've seen. You know, for a long time, I wasn't real big on HHA, but I really like that new Tetra that they have. And I also want to see that dialed, I don't know how they say it, the Arcus or Arxos or whatever it is. But yeah, just looking forward to trying to kind of elevate this shop to, I know, the standard that they have potential to be, and I'm just happy to be here. So keep your eye out for a bunch of gear reviews coming soon. I know I'm gonna go over the Victory Arrow line, which you may already be familiar with. You know, the Bowtech line, I have not been able to review any of those. We have their new lineup as well as some of last year's models here, like the SR350, the Revolt X, the Revolt X80. So all those things are going to be things I'm going to be reviewing here shortly. I do have the new Hoyts. We got the preview package for the new Hoyts. So we just got the two of them. We got the 31 and the 34. After talking to Jesse today, there's actually a lot of things they did that to the naked eye you don't see, but from an engineering standpoint actually make a really big difference. So I'm excited to kind of tell you guys about that. So yeah, just wanted to kind of touch base, let you guys know that I'm at G4 Outdoors, and if you have any questions, hit me up here. I know there's no gear review today, but again, thank you as always for watching. Remember, precision is the decision. Keep them in the middle, and I'll see you on the range.